So the internet's kind of become this wild west over the past few years, and lately it feels like everybody just wants to be the sheriff. From Roblox banning creators to YouTubers literally putting scams on blast to even now creators exposing crimes on the streets. And the story behind these things will actually interest you. But before I even continue, please make sure you guys subscribe and like the video. It helps me out a ton. But let's just start with the whole situation regarding Schlep and Roblox. Now, if you guys watched the video I made a couple weeks ago, which happened to be my best video performing on this channel, I kind of already go into the details about the whole situation at the time, but in this case I'll go over it one more time for you guys. So if you guys haven't been keeping up with Schlep, he's pretty much a big name in the Roblox community, but recently he ended up being banned from the platform. Now, prior to Schlep's ban, he would do like his own version of sting operations where he would either pose as a minor or have actual decoys basically catch these creepy guys in the act. Schlep would pretty much record the chats and messaging and report it to the police and also even Roblox themselves and post the evidence online for everybody to see on YouTube. And due to his videos, he would actually lead to 6 arrests based on his accounts and, you know, reports obviously, which you would think is huge from our perspective, but in Roblox's eyes, it was terrible. So on August 9th, Schlep got hit with a permanent ban from Roblox themselves. There was no warning and he couldn't even give an appeal, I believe. It was just gone. Roblox would state on their end that he basically violated their terms of service by staging chats and moving conversations off of the platform to Discord. And it got so bad that they literally sent this man a cease and desist to where he could literally no longer access the game, otherwise they would sue him. Now, Schlep would go onto the internet and post about this obviously, and the community hearing about this whole situation literally caused players to go off the handle. Players would literally start organizing in-game protests and just flooding servers with the free Schlep avatars that they had made. And there were a lot of content creators that were in support of Schlep on this whole situation. So this made the whole intensity of the drama just skyrocket. Creators like Creecraft specifically would show in defense of Schlep how bad Roblox's monitoring system actually is. And I'll play a clip from the video I made 2 weeks ago showcasing that right here.
Fresh account, brand new Roblox account. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna join Meep City, and I just want to see how long it takes until I see something inappropriate in the game. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and join on in. This is a fresh account. All right, never played on it before, and yep, there's a penis. So
And that being 2 weeks ago, honestly, I'm not sure how far Roblox has came when it came to monitoring their game since then. But even now today, I'm still seeing remnants of this drama in my feed. Like, it seems like the whole thing hasn't even skated over yet. And it honestly hasn't stopped because Schlep is still moving forward with suing these guys back. And it's not just Schlep now. There's also a popular lawyer who happens to be a content creator as well that has joined sides with him. And not to mention Chris Hansen himself is developing a whole documentary regarding this whole situation. And to be completely honest with you guys, this completely transcends Schlep. This is really talking about child safety and just protecting kids in general from randoms online. And while there are adults on Roblox, of course, predominantly Roblox is filled with kids. And to be quite honest with you guys, this is nothing new. Like, Roblox has had inappropriate content on their platform for years. Like, I'm 19 years old. I can remember almost a decade ago when I used to play, there was inappropriate games on there as well. Like, you would have these hangout games inside the game and it was just terrible. So when Roblox goes and says that they are making their community a lot safer, it's really hard to believe that because for years this has literally been going on. And the fix of this, honestly, to me is hard to determine because you could have kids that log onto these games and literally fake their age. Now, I know Roblox does have an age ID verification system in place, but I don't see how that can stop a child from literally sneaking their parents' ID or their sister or brother's ID and inputting it into the system, because I'm sure as ever that this is going on right now. And obviously through that, children can have conversations with people over the age of 17. And just off the top of my head, I can guess that the average age is probably like 13 or 14 years old as an average player on Roblox. I could be wrong, but I know for sure that banning somebody anybody who is actually catching these guys doesn't seem like the smartest way to go about it. And I say that because most companies, when the media reacts to a decision that they make, it can definitely sway the growth of their company. I think it would have been more beneficial for them to actually hire him on, since he's actually getting a rest from this. He's not just catching these guys and then they're just on their way. And I completely understand the fact that Roblox has certain systems set in place, so they use that as their reasoning for banning him. But my thing is, those systems that they have set in place clearly is still a problem years later. Like, the whole Roblox reporting system has been a thing for years now, and I'm sure a lot of people have been getting complaints about certain people saying certain things or certain people wearing certain things inside the game, and they are not banned. As of right now, the whole situation has seemed to hit like a plateau. There are a lot of moving pieces behind the scenes as far as I know, but this is mainly the whole thing with Schlep and Roblox. But next up, starting with Jidion, looking back at his early days on YouTube, it's actually wild to see how much his content has evolved. Before all of the big collabs and the controversies that he would get into, he was literally just known for pulling pranks and getting reactions out of people, and he literally ran YouTube while doing this. Back in 2018 or 2019, Jidion was doing the type of stuff that made you think. Like, literally, when I say that, I mean like no way he actually did that type thing. He'd sneak in the college classroom, sit down like a student, and would just ask some of the craziest questions. Like, that type of stuff was like the norm for him. He'd show up in like public places and literally just mess with people in the most unexpected ways. Typically, you're like insane prankster type dudes on YouTube. Now, I believe what made these videos work wasn't just the prank itself, but it was actually Jidion's like confidence to even do stuff like this. Like, he literally had this boldness to the point where he could push the line of social like norms and stay in character like 90% of the time. This man would not break character at all, and it would literally make the other people's reactions 10 times funnier because people would legit think he's being serious. And honestly, I think that's what separated him from a lot of other prank channels. Even though there were other great prank channels, a lot of the people I used to see was Danny Duncan, Vlog Creations, and a few other people. They were also solid, but at the time, Jidion was just popping. And the prank area is what essentially built Jidion's fan base, as far as I know. When I first came across Jidion, he was doing the pranks, and that's how he pretty much shot up in fame. But as time went on, Jidion started moving away from the classic prank style of videos that he would do. I do know he would do some here and there, but not as much as he used to. This is where you would kind of see him on stream interacting with different creators, and you would just see a different side of him other than the person that's just joking around 90% of the time. One of the differences I seen from him was when he confronted a YouTuber, Low Tier God, who most of you might not know, some of you might know anyway. And other times he would just be chilling with his chat and talking about his life. But eventually would come one of the biggest shifts of Jidion's career on YouTube. Jidion would post a video on YouTube openly discussing how he would be stepping away from YouTube for God.
I mean, I did a lot of crazy stuff in my videos, but the one thing I think that haunts me the most is one of my most popular pranks was whenever I snuck into the Gatorade HQ and I deceived the security guards and lied and said that I was working there and that I was part of the commercial team. And I got the prank done, got millions of views off of it, so many people giving me props. But what a lot of you guys don't know is 3 people lost their jobs because of me. Because I lied and was saying that I worked there, I got 3 security officers fired that had been working there for years. All because I wanted to play a practical joke, all because I wanted to entertain you guys. And that's evil.
A lot of fans were shocked when he announced this news, and to be honest, he was at the peak of his career, millions of subscribers, constant viral videos, and literally collabs with some big creators. Most people wouldn't walk away from that, but Jidion saw things completely different. He made it clear that his faith was more important than chasing views or fame, and instead of continuing down the same path, he wanted to focus on God's calling for his life. And honestly, for me, that shows a side that's bigger than just entertainment, because a lot of people don't prioritize their spiritual values. In Jidion's case, he was ready to abandon his whole YouTube channel, which has probably made him millions of dollars, but probably more important to him, his subscribers, to focus more on what he believes in. And I remember seeing the reactions of people. Not a lot of people understood why he did what he did. Like, bro, I gained so much respect for Jidion after seeing that video, but many other people thought otherwise. There were some people that called him stupid and just outright crazy. And it just shows that some people do not have an understanding of of other people's spiritual beliefs or values. Now, during this new transition, Jidion would find himself making another account called Jidion. On this account, he would post mostly Christian content along with his teacher as well. They would basically hold Sabbath services where they would be teaching people about certain things in the Bible. Now, Jidion would keep up this content for a while before eventually switching into a different style of content. In this style of content, he would basically do videos where he is catching, I can't say the word because YouTube could possibly censor me, but let's just say bad actors. And if you guys haven't watched my Roblox video on the Schlep drama, in other words, what I'm saying is men or women who prey on the little. And this is the part of Jidion's story where it actually plays into the vigilante role, because now he's shooting videos where he's actually catching these guys and pretty much getting them off the streets. Very, very similar to what Schlep is doing. And I'm more than sure that everyone who was watching his transformation definitely did not expect him to go this route. A lot of his fans came from the pranks, and now they're seeing the side of him that's more focused and more accountable. And Jidion would find ultimately great success in doing these videos. He would have multiple catches, multiple arrests, and ultimately deeper conversations with these types of people. Not every video was immediate action. Sometimes for these people, it was a lesson before the consequence. And what I mean by that is sometimes Jidion would genuinely try to understand the mindset behind these guys. Not like these other videos you guys may see online where these dudes catch these guys and then proceed to beat them up immediately. The level of decorum he has is just insane. And we've obviously haven't only seen this from Jidion, but also names like Chris Hansen, Skeeter Gene, and many other people. And now let's shift gears over to another creator who has been in this form of digital vigilantism for the longest, and that's Coffeezilla. If Jidion made a surprising switch into accountability, Coffee's been living there since day one. His whole brand is basically being the internet's private investigator, and honestly, he might be the best at it. So for those of you who don't know who Coffeezilla is, his real name is, I believe, Stefan, and his channel is basically about uncovering scams, shady businesses, and just like basic influencer frauds and stuff like that. He's pretty much gone after all kinds of people, from small YouTubers running get-rich-quick schemes to massive influencers like Logan Paul during his Crypto Zoo scandal. And honestly, to me, what sets Coffee apart is the way he approaches these investigations. He doesn't just throw around accusations or make clickbait videos. He does his due diligence and gathers receipts, does interviews, pulls out legal documents, and finds audio clips. He will do literally everything he can to prove his case, like literally in court. And to me, Coffeezilla is literally probably one of the most professional vigilantes, if that makes sense. But honestly, this speaks to why so many people respect him, because when he drops a video, it's not your typical drama for views type of content. He's literally giving you evidence and showing proof behind what he's saying. And that's very, very important, because when we're talking about scams and fraud, we're talking about real people getting hurt. This isn't just silly internet beef. People are losing money, people are getting manipulated, and people are getting promised things that will never exist. And one of his best examples is the whole Crypto Zoo situation. Basically, it was Logan Paul promoting his NFT project that ended up being a scam. A ton of fans bought into it because, I mean, it's Logan Paul, and it ended up being a mess. People lost thousands of dollars, and seeing this, Coffeezilla went deep into the whole situation. He tracked down investors, he interviewed developers, and pretty much pieced up the whole story. And in the end, Logan Paul had to come out and respond, because his video did get a lot of attention. With that attention, there is great impact. And here's the thing, not everybody loves Coffeezilla. Some people think he's too harsh, and some people say that he's a clout chaser. Others may say that he is intentionally trying to take down creators for views. And regardless, it's like it's a part of the game. When you're exposing people online, you're not going to make friends. And when you really look at what he's doing, he's not just throwing shade for the fun of it. He's literally defending people who do not have a voice like him. The people who fall victim to these frauds and scams are people who don't have a platform. They don't have millions of subscribers. They can't clap back at these influencers because they just don't have a level of reach. But guess what? Coffeezilla does. And he uses his platform to give these people who don't have a voice. And one of the things that's very commendable about Coffeezilla is that he's been super consistent. Coffee's been doing this same mission since the beginning, or around the beginning of his channel. And that was roughly 6 years ago. His whole brand now is basically exposing deception, like I said before, for frauds and scams. And even though he may not be for everybody, like some people will find his videos too long, or they just don't care about the financial side of scamming and things of that nature. Some people may think he's too serious compared to some more entertaining content creators who indulge in this type of content. But in the bigger picture of everything, his work is definitely necessary. And honestly, I think that's why his channel has grown so much, because people are tired of being lied to, and they're tired of influencers selling them a lifestyle that just is not realistic. So whether you're a fan of him or not, bruh, you cannot deny the work that this man has put in, and that he's definitely one of the most textbook exposers. That's pretty much all I have for this video. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. I definitely was trying to shoot for a longer video this time, so I'm very interested to hear what you guys think about these creators. Make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. Other than that, I'm out.